Come and get your money working today. Membership eligibility, terms, and conditions apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
At Zoo Lights, the Phoenix Zoo has everything you need to celebrate the season. Embrace the holiday spirit as millions of twinkling lights transform the zoo into a winter wonderland. With over 2 miles of glimmering tree-lined trails, dozens of animal lanterns, and the tallest floating tree in North America, featuring an all-new Lake Lights show. Warm up with s'mores, sip hot cocoa, and of course, get your photo with Santa. Zoo Lights, presented by SRP. Timeless tradition, endless wonder. Get tickets now at phoenixzoo.org.
Hey, it's Phil Shaver with HomeSmart, and I want to buy your house. I'm a local investor that buys homes for cash all over Maricopa and Pinell County. I buy inherited homes, nice homes, rental homes, homes that are behind on mortgage payments, and I even buy ugly homes that need fixing. Also, are you looking to get closer to market value for your house? As a licensed realtor, I've been able to buy and sell thousands of homes. Since I'm local, you can call me directly on my cell phone, 480-409-9999. Again, that's 480-409-9999. I don't work for a big corporation or hedge fund, so I can only buy 3 to 5 homes per month. There are no fees involved, and you can pick your own close date. The best part is I buy homes as is, so you don't have to worry about doing any repairs. Again, you can call me directly at 480-409-9999, or you can go to my website, gosoldaz.com. That's gosoldaz.com.
Fridays at 5, I'm out exploring. From hiking up Camelback to skiing at Snowbowl, the adventures never stop with AAA. It's membership that travels with me, whether behind the wheel or a passenger, in my ride, my buddies, or a rental. AAA's got 24/7 expert help with tows, battery help, and more. Plus branch services like free passport photos and trip planning. Membership gives you all this and more for less than $6 a month, and I can add loved ones for half off. Call or visit your local branch today. AAA, your membership to go.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix. It's the lunch break.
The last time the gang is going to all be together before Christmas. It's the Thursday edition of the lunch break here on KDUS AM 1060. Chris Schubert and producer Evan. His last day before the holidays this week. He leaves tomorrow. So, yes, a solo show for me tomorrow. So that's where the craziness comes out on a Friday. So get ready for that. But we've got you for the next 2 hours here today on the show. You can hang out with us over on the KDUS AM 1060 YouTube channel, where you can watch the program over there as well if you want to get involved. The phone number, that's right, the phone number if you want to join us today, 480-864-1060, another way for you to hop into things here today. We get started. The Suns are back in action tonight. Everybody in the baseball world is paying attention to the Arizona Diamondbacks because they've become a surprise contender in the Alex Bregman sweepstakes. But we start with the football team because all of our attention has been focused on the head coach. And I'm wondering if we've missed somebody this entire time.
Time for our top story of the day. It's the Daily Special.
I don't normally lead with a roster move where a team cuts somebody off of injured reserve. That's not normally Daily Special worthy. But yesterday, the Arizona Cardinals released Justin Jones off of injured reserve, cut him before year 2 ended on what was a 3-year contract signed by Jones in the 2024 offseason. He played in just 3 games for the Arizona Cardinals. And no, I'm not opening the show wanting to discuss Jones and his impact in those 3 games, but I'm going to use this contract, this release, this roster move to ask all of you a pointed question. Our focus has been on Jonathan Gannon and the coaching. Have we failed to properly dissect the roster construction of the Arizona Cardinals? Have we failed to properly look at Monti Ossenfort's role in the current state of things for the Arizona Cardinals? Because I did the research. And we'll start with the free agency side of things. Then we'll look at the draft side of things. And we can look at it in its entirety at the end. But the results, not what you expect from a general manager who had a lot of cap space and a lot of draft capital to reshape this roster in his image, was certainly afforded the opportunities that a new general manager wants when needing to come in and clean up a mess. And the Arizona Cardinals at the end of the 2022 season were a mess. Head coach, GM, even maybe at that point the quarterback, all of it wasn't working. You needed fresh eyes. You needed a new vision. And Monti was given now 3 off seasons, 3 drafts, cap space, draft capital. They have got years in here where they're picking twice in the first round. And yet you add it all up, and it is not the prettiest picture. Monti's first offseason in 2023. Kaiser White, the biggest deal that they gave out. It's a pretty good signing, culture signing, somebody that was going to help kind of change things on the defensive side and knew exactly what Jonathan Gannon was going to want. Gannon coached Kaiser White, so you bring in your guy to help sell the message so that you don't have to do all of the selling. You have somebody on the team, a fellow player that can sell the message. There are some other good signings in that 2023 free agency class. Will Hernandez was brought in, and while this year hasn't been great, in general, Will Hernandez was a good signing by this team. Matt Prater, Kelvin Beachum, Yoda Froholt. Yoda Froholt's probably one of the 2 offensive linemen you trust going in to the 2026 season. So some notable, decent to good signings there in 2023. First year on the job. You're not going to make too many big splashes. You're just going to try to make some fringe, get better on the margins, get your culture guys in here, give yourself every chance to get the lay of the land of where this team is at. I would say a pretty good offseason for your first time sitting in the chair, your first time signing these guys, your first time putting your fingerprints on a roster. And then we get to 2024, and this is where Justin Jones is going to slot in because this is a disaster. Jonah Williams, one of the big contracts they gave out, he's been a bust at right tackle. Was supposed to be the bridge, couldn't even finish the 2-year contract that you gave out. Justin Jones, previously mentioned, played in those 3 games in 2 seasons, 3 games cut before he could even get to the 3rd year of that deal. And there was a 3rd signing that offseason, a 3rd big signing, I should say, that offseason. Don't know how many of you remember this player because he hasn't played this year. Sean Murphy-Bunting was a member of that 2024 free agency class for the Arizona Cardinals. And it was a bad year last year when he played, and then he got hurt in the offseason to the point when the draft rolled around, the Cardinals knew he had suffered an injury that was going to keep him out for the entirety of this upcoming season. They also paid Bilal Nichols. They also gave a 3-year contract to DJ Dallas. And those are some of the big names that they brought in that 2024 free agency class. An absolute disaster. And you get to 2025. This is easily the best class of the 3. Josh Sweat has been a good signing. You did good to get Calais Campbell and Dalvin Tomlinson. Those are solid depth pieces for the interior defensive line. You upgraded your backup quarterback to Jacoby Brissett. We've now been able to see how important that was because Kyler Murray's injury and underperformance. You turned to your backup quarterback, and I could only imagine where we would be talking about this team if it was still Clayton Tune backing up Kyler Murray, and he was the guy that this team and franchise was turning to in December of 2025. So you upgraded the floor. That was a good move. Let's look at the draft classes. 2023, you take Paris Johnson Jr. in the first round. That's your starting left tackle. Other notables from that class, they get Garrett Williams, who mainly slips because of injury, and they get Michael Wilson, who we've now seen what he's able to be, but it took until year 3 for us to see that. And it really only happens when Marvin Harrison Jr. isn't on the field. 2024, your first-round picks are Marvin Harrison Jr. and Darius Robinson, and I'm sorry, they have not lived up to the billing so far. They've missed. You got Max Melton and Trey Benson on day 2. Some players with some upside. Benson, just the jury's still out. Just don't know. And then last year, Walter Nolan, and Will Johnson, the notable names there. Walter Nolan, again, just haven't seen enough. You like what you've seen in a small sample size. Will Johnson, you like what you've seen when he's been able to be on the field and healthy. 3 free agent classes and 3 drafts. This is how I still view the Arizona Cardinals roster after 3 swings at the bat in free agency and 3 swings at the bat in the draft. You have major offensive line concerns. You have maybe 2 starters on your offensive line. You have a left tackle and a center. Next year, you need both guards replaced, and you need a right tackle. 3 free agent classes, 3 drafts. You're missing a right tackle and your interior guards. You do not have enough depth in your wide receiver room. I don't know what Marvin Harrison Jr. is after 2 seasons. I like what I've seen in year 3 of Michael Wilson. How sustainable is that? After that, what do you have? So I've got an offensive line that needs 3 starters. I have a wide receiver room that's not deep enough. Your defensive line is pretty old. You had to sign Dalvin Tomlinson and Calais Campbell this offseason. The replacements, Walter Nolan, Darius Robinson, that's just one big unknown. I'm a lot more confident in Walter Nolan than I am Darius Robinson. You don't have enough pass rush depth after Josh Sweat. I think your linebacker core leaves much to be desired. And in general, 2 of the 5 pillar positions that we constantly talk about here on this show, you don't have an answer for. 2 of the 5. Just a reminder, the 5 pillar positions that we think every great franchise has to have if they want to win. Quarterback, left tackle, wide receiver, edge, corner. You have to check those boxes if you want to be considered an elite team in the NFL, in my opinion. That's where it starts. That's where the building blocks, the foundational pieces of a franchise begin. You do not have a quarterback going into 2026, and I'm sorry. Maybe this makes me too harsh. You do not have a wide receiver. You've got the left tackle in Paris Johnson. You've got the edge in Josh Sweat. You have the corner. Pick which of the 3 corners, Max Melton, Garrett Williams, Will Johnson. Whichever one you want to pick, you got 3 great choices out there. You do not have a quarterback, and as of doing this show today, you do not have a wide receiver. That's the resume of this general manager. Missing 2 pillar positions, an offensive line in disarray. And that's the one thing you're supposed to be good at as a general manager. You build the trenches. You build those areas first. 5 pillars, trenches. That's where you're supposed to be great. And yes, Calais Campbell's been awesome this year, but he's a veteran. You need long-term answers at that position. The 2 draft picks that you've made on that side of the ball in Darius Robinson and Walter Nolan, it's a mixed bag. Darius Robinson has not been good for 2 seasons. Walter Nolan has shown more flashes, but it is a small sample size because he was hurt to start the year. So you just don't know. It's still a projection in many ways. You spent all that money on the defense last year. Statistically, it's one of the worst defenses in football, giving up 40 points left and right. Offensively, you stood pat last year, didn't make a single change to your offense other than your backup quarterback. Your entire starting offense was brought back. You ran it back. That's a GM decision. That's an organizational, philosophical decision that was made last offseason, that group was good enough. All they needed was time, continuity. You have a mixed bag in free agency. You have a mixed bag in the draft, and both trending towards not being great. And you're going to end year 3 with holes all over this roster. So we've paid a lot of attention to the coaching, and the coaching deserves a bunch of criticism. The 40-point performances, the blown fourth quarter leads, being unprepared, being undisciplined, all of those things Monti doesn't have a hand in. Monti doesn't have a hand in coaching the players to not commit 17 penalties in a game. Monti doesn't really have a hand in being prepared to go on the road to face Seattle. Monti doesn't have a hand in on 3rd and 9, can Zay Jones catch the football so that they can win a game. Monti's not the one calling the plays, orchestrating the fourth quarters against Indy, against Tennessee, against Green Bay. He has a hand in putting this roster together. It has its flaws. We've pointed them out to you. The coaching plays a role in this as well. I wonder if this is just a situation where you hit the reset button everywhere. Because I ask you to tell me, just like when we have the conversation about Jonathan Gannon, what does he do well? What is the thing that you want to hang your hat on about Jonathan Gannon? I would ask the same question about Monti. What has he done well?
Other than one flashy draft, and he had a very nice draft where he moved around the board.
23, his first draft.
He was able to go get Paris Johnson. But other than that, have they gotten better at any position in the last 2 years?
They've gotten better with the top of their edge group.
I would agree.
Josh Sweat.
I think that's probably the only one. And you would say they got better at tight end, not because they brought somebody in, but because Trey McBride got better.
Sure, but unfortunately, not Monti's draft pick.
Doesn't fall on him.
Was the pick of the last regime. You want to give credit to the coaching for maximizing him? Okay, that's fine. I will give you that out. Maybe the corner room is better. I would agree that the corner room probably has gotten better.
That's probably the other argument.
You've got 3 young pieces. So, okay, your corner room is better, and you got better with your top edge guy.
But you don't have depth.
You don't have depth at the edge position. You have an aging group on the defensive line, and the young players that you drafted to replace those guys, I'm sorry, I'm not sold on.
And you watch the best teams in football or the best defenses, they run out fresh edge rushers. How many times a series? Right there, they have depth. This roster is flawed and is not built to win in today's NFL.
And it's not flawed because Monti hasn't had time. It's not flawed because they were limited in resources. I mean, they've had 4 first-round picks over the last 3 seasons. They've spent money in free agency. That 2024 class was an absolute disaster. You want to know how much money they spent that year? I'll pull it up here. I just pulled the names that they signed that offseason, but let me give you the dollar amount that was spent in the 2024 offseason. Now, again, you don't build teams in football through free agency. Free agency is complementary, but the problem is they're not getting enough complementary pieces. In 2024, Justin Jones, 3 years, $31 million. Jonah Williams, 2 years, $30 million. Sean Murphy-Bunting, 3 years, $25.5 million. Bilal Nichols, 3 years, $21 million. Okay, Mack Wilson was a good signing, 3 years, $12 million. I like that move. But in general, this is a lot of money. 26.7 guaranteed to Justin Jones, 21.5 guaranteed to Jonah Williams, $17 million guaranteed to Sean Murphy-Bunting. That's just money that didn't give any value to the Arizona Cardinals. And so it just in its entirety, this whole thing is flawed. They've had time. They've had resources. They've had draft picks. Now, you may say that the Arizona Cardinals don't get the support from their owner the way other teams do in terms of how much they're able to spend. And you may be right. But they spent in these off seasons, and outside of Josh Sweat, there isn't really a home run complimentary signing. In the draft, Marvin Harrison Jr. hasn't been a home run draft pick. Paris Johnson Jr. hasn't been a home run. He's been better, but now he's been hurt this season. So you just have too many question marks. After 3 seasons, after 3 swings at the bat in free agency, after 4 first-round picks, after all the day 2 picks that this team has had, my expectation, and maybe this is a bias on my part, but my expectation is I should have more answers at some key positions than I do. 3 years in, I should have some answers. And this is why I don't believe just let them pick their quarterback. Really? These resumes tell you that they're going to get that right? They've gotten a lot wrong. They've gotten some things right, but they've gotten a lot wrong. And it's not just a quarterback. They need a brand new offensive line. You're going to draft a rookie quarterback where I think you need 3 starters on the offensive line. You are going to set up that rookie quarterback to fail. So I hope with the recent reporting that Michael Bidwell is going to examine everything, that he examines not just the coaching that has failed multiple times this season, but also evaluates the process that got this roster to this place. And I hope Michael Bidwell sits down and asks himself, after these guys have gotten 3 years to put their DNA, to put their fingerprints all over this roster, do I feel like my team is better in a major way over these 3 seasons? Ask yourself that question. Do I think the Arizona Cardinals should have better results than being 3-11 right now? I do. Zay Jones catching a pass, 1 or 2 of those fourth quarter collapses not going their way. We're talking about a 5 or 6 win football team. I do think that's more accurately reflecting their talent level. Their talent level. Not their coaching level, but their talent level. That's still not good enough.
But then you had a flawed idea of where your football team was. If we're calling them at best a 5-win football team right now, a 6-win football team, what? In all honesty, they're 6-8, best case scenario?
I would say best case scenario, they win the game against the 49ers, and then they win 1 or 2 of those 3 fourth quarter collapses. Tennessee, you would think, and Indy.
So let's say they're 6-8. You're not competing in the division. You're still in last.
No, you're still miles behind everybody else in the division.
You're still miles behind everybody else in the NFC.
You're not where you're supposed to be this year. It doesn't make it better. It doesn't make it more acceptable to run them back. But I do think some bad luck has gone their way, and they've been hurt. But I'm sorry, after 3 years, I can't use that just as an excuse because the proof is in the pudding. Some of these signings have nothing to do with injury. They were just bad signings.
And you're one of the first teams in the NFC that had the little E next to your name.
Don't want the little E next to your name. The Cardinals had it very early on. So I hope that if Michael Bidwell is really going to examine this organization and is really going to do the work and do the deep dive to see if he wants to move forward, I hope he looks at everything. And I think he will, because it's not just the coach. Even though I've been critical of the coach, after yesterday, just proof that 2024 free agency class was an absolute disaster for the Arizona Cardinals. And you want to talk about something that could have done harm to this team's ability to compete? All of that sunk money that has done nothing in terms of changing this team. Nothing. Jonah Williams, injured and replaced in the second year of that deal. Sean Murphy-Bunting, not playing this season after playing poorly in his first year. Justin Jones, playing 3 games for this team. That's just money that is sunk into this team that has not worked out. Now, yes, are you good about 1,000 as a general manager? No. But Monti's resume, both in the draft and in free agency, is closer to 50-50 than I'm comfortable with. Can you be 60-40? Can you be 70-30? Can you have a few misses, but the overwhelming majority of your resume says that you have hits? That's what I'm looking for. And I think through 3 years, we're closer to 50-50 than I'm comfortable. 480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. All this talk about Ketel Marte and even a little talk about Alex Bregman. Is there something that the Diamondbacks are ignoring? That's next. The lunch break, KDUS, AM 1060.
You're listening to The Jim Rome Show.
The Lane Kiffin reinvention arc went from one of the truly feel-good stories in the game to him once again becoming public enemy number one. I have no issue with him leaving. It's how he left, burning all bridges yet again. You strung Ole Miss along. You turned it into a complete circus, and then you were bent when they wouldn't let you coach them in the playoff? Get out of here with that. It's natty or bust for you at LSU, Lane.
The Jim Rome Show, 1 to 4 p.m., Monday through Friday, here on KDUS AM 1060.
It's frustrating when people intervene on you, but they have problems of their own. It's like when someone sends you a text, but the text comes from their email address. I hate this. Your name at iCloud, they FaceTime you from their email address? Are you calling on a child's iPad?
Emmy-winning comedian John Mulaney announces his new tour, Mr. Whatever. Celebrity Theater, Friday, March 6th. Tickets on sale now at etix.com.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner at A1 Garage Door Service. Most repairs are simple, but if left untreated, they can turn into costly repairs. Your garage door works hard every day, and a little maintenance goes a long way. We fix garage doors fast with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. From repairs to upgrades, it's A1 from day one. Call A1 Garage Door Service, and you'll be smiling today.
A1Garage.com, A1 from day one.
Hi, I'm Emily, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company, where a small box with a burgundy bow will help you win the holidays. As an in-house designer, I love creating meaningful, fine jewelry gifts. Choose a necklace with a gorgeous infinity charm to symbolize your everlasting love. Or go for a personalized piece with an engraving, their zodiac sign, favorite color gemstone, or their initial accented with pave diamonds. Because a friend wants you to be a holiday hero. Stop by or shop now at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Mike Rowe here with a name everyone should know, Groundworks. The foundation and crawl space repair experts are coming soon to Phoenix. So if you've got a musty crawl space or cracks in your walls, these are the guys to call. And right now, Groundworks is hiring for all positions. If you're looking for a career, Groundworks is the place to do it. You can go from installer to foreman in under a year and become an owner of the company you work for. Apply now at groundworks.com/careers.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
I'm here with your Rome Report. Miami Dolphins coach Mike McDaniel ripping the rug from his QB1 to a Tagovailoa is not shocking. The shock is that it didn't happen sooner. And the only reason it didn't was because the Dolphins had gone into Monday night's game riding a 4-game winning streak. Not that Tua had much or really anything to do with that at all. The Dolphins were gashing teams on the ground, not beating them through the air. And as poorly as he played Monday night versus Pittsburgh, that's not just one game. That's effectively who he is right now. 2023 Tua ain't walking through that door. That dude is dead and gone. He leads the league in INTs. He's got the 4th worst QBR in the league and has clearly regressed. And availability is always going to be an issue with him. So it's hard to argue that his best days are in front of him and not already behind him, just as it's impossible to argue with this decision. He's done for the year. Question is he done in Miami, period? I'm Jim Rome. And remember, you can follow me on Instagram at Jim Rome. The holiday season is always more jolly with Prize Picks. Every sport, every play, every stat matters just a little more. On Prize Picks, you simply pick 2 to 6 players, choose more or less, and watch your lineups light up like the holidays. Download the Prize Picks app today and use the code ROME and get a $50 bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play $5. That's code ROME on Prize Picks to get a $50 bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play $5. Win or lose, you'll get $50 in bonus credit in lineups just for playing. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. You do have to be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Need parts fast? Need them now? O'Reilly is fast. Just one part that makes O'Reilly Auto Parts stand apart. Get one free set of brake pads when you buy 2 Brake Best Select rotors. Upgrade to Brake Best Select pads for just $10 more. Or upgrade to Brake Best Select Pro or Import Direct pads for just $20 more. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Join in on the Sports Zoo with Dave Rooster Bierstein.
The Chiefs have had some really bad calls against them this year as well. I'm sure everyone listening is going to roll their eyes and say, well, the last 7 years the Chiefs have had great calls. Maybe they have, but there should be no makeups. There should be great refereeing or the best available refereeing every week. And in a lot of games this year, there's been a lot of bad calls. The Chiefs have been part of that.
Live weekdays from 5 to 6 p.m. here on KDUS AM 1060 and on the KDUS 1060 app.
Welcome back into the lunch break. KDUS AM 1060. And make sure you download the KDUS AM 1060 app so you can take us with you on the go. Everybody focusing right now their attention on a potential Ketel Marte trade, the surprising, seemingly out of nowhere pursuit of Alex Bregman. And I get it. Those are big, flashy moves. Trading Ketel Marte is a franchise-altering decision. So I get that it would take up a lot of fans' bandwidth, that a lot of your attention will be focused on having those alerts turned on your phone from Jeff Passan about a potential Ketel Marte trade. And I get the idea of the Diamondbacks being surprise players making that big splash, dumping themselves into the deep end of the pool for Alex Bregman is the flashy, shiny object that you're paying attention to right now. But there is something that's not as sexy, not as shiny as Ketel Marte getting traded or Alex Bregman potentially being a surprise signing that has yet to be addressed by the Arizona Diamondbacks. I like a little bit of what they've done this offseason, bringing Merrill Kelly back. I'm a big fan of. I think Michael Soroka is going to surprise some people, but is a really good back end of the rotation option. I would like a little more there. I think one more veteran type option to compete in spring training for that 4th or 5th rotation spot is probably a wise way to go. And maybe they get there with a Ketel Marte trade or another signing. So I don't want to criticize too much in that regard. But they still have a major problem. Because at this rate, they may ask producer Evan to do this job. Who's closing games for the Arizona Diamondbacks next season? Who's taking the ball in the 9th inning? Who's taking the ball in the 8th inning to set up for whoever the closer is going to be? I know A.J. Puck and Justin Martinez are due to come back at some point during the season, probably towards the midway point of the season, and those are really good relief arms. And you don't want to sign somebody and box those guys out. But let me let you in on a dirty little secret, and I've said it before about players and pitchers in particular coming back from serious injuries, in this case, Tommy John. You cannot expect them to be the exact same pitcher they were when they left their first year back. To me, anything you get from A.J. Puck and Justin Martinez in 2026 is house money. I expect the best version of those two guys to be in 2027 when they are 8 months, 10 months, 12 months, a year removed from their Tommy John surgery. So I think taking those two and being like, hey, you're back from a very serious surgery where we had to reconstruct your elbow. You're back in the 9th inning role. Throw 102 Justin Martinez and get us 3 outs. A.J. Puck, you're going to be in the 8th inning, super high leverage. Go out there and get guys out. Just feels like an unfair expectation to put on them. So that's why I've been a fan or a proponent of getting a veteran who has some closing experience in the past, but also has been a setup man, a 7th inning guy, so that guy can carry the burden for the beginning of the season when those two guys aren't there, and maybe a little bit at the beginning when those two guys are back. And as the season progresses, you can move it around. If A.J. Puck shows that he's fine, you can be back in the closer's role. Justin Martinez shows off that elite level stuff. Okay, you can be back in the closer's role. But in the meantime, you need somebody because right now you've got a group. If you look at the current FanGraphs depth chart for the Diamondbacks going into next season, the guys that they have combined for 9 saves last year. They do not have a ton of lights-out experience in that bullpen. 3 candidates that jump off the page in that group: Ryan Thompson, who was arguably the team's best reliever last year, Kevin Ginkel. And the reason why I put him on this list is because we know Torrey loves his reliable veterans that he's been in the weeds with, that he's been in the trenches with. And I know Ginkel did not have a good year last year, got sent down at one point. But he has had that experience, and that might be something Torrey Lovullo leans on. And then Juan Murillo, who had an up-and-down year last year for this team, but has that high-profile stuff. Now, I will admit, I want my closer to have elite stuff. I want him to throw heat, have a nasty secondary pitch. I want that swing and miss ability. I want somebody who's so nasty that nobody else in the rotation or the bullpen that team's going to see on a given night matches what my reliever has. So Ryan Thompson doesn't fit that bill for me. I don't think he has enough nastiness. That's why I love Justin Martinez with that sinker. I just think it's a filthy pitch that nobody else in baseball is able to throw, especially nobody on the Diamondbacks. So that's who I want to be in the closer's role, but I understand that you're going to have to bridge it in 2026. And this relief market's going fast. Edwin Diaz off the board. Robert Suarez off the board. A lot of the big names already signed. A lot of the mid-tier names already signed. Iglesias back with the Braves. Phil Maton, Devin Williams, Tyler Rogers. Big Kyle Finnegan, big names off the board. Smaller names that I like Gregory Soto and Caleb Ferguson, already signed. So you do have to make a move here in a hurry to add somebody that's a veteran that has that experience. Fortunately for the Arizona Diamondbacks, the name that I would circle and the name that I circled before the offseason began is still out there. Pete Fairbanks is still available on the free agency market, and he checks every box. He's 32. He's a veteran. He's been a closer. He's been a setup man. He's been moved all over the place in a bullpen. So he's somebody that you could bring in as a veteran, be the ninth inning guy. And if A.J. Puck and Justin Martinez come back and you feel ready and comfortable to have them in a closer's role, you can switch it and make Pete Fairbanks your setup guy. And then all of a sudden, if you sign Pete Fairbanks to a multi-year deal, you can find yourself in a world where your bullpen going into 2027 is Justin Martinez, A.J. Puck, and Pete Fairbanks. I think Puck's a free agent at the end of next year, so you'd have to get him on an extension, but you could bring him back. You could have those three as the lights out back end 7, 8, 9 of your bullpen, and you would feel infinitely better about that group. So while you're paying attention to a Ketel Marte trade, while you're paying attention to a potential Alex Bregman pursuit, I'm over here wondering who's closing games for the Arizona Diamondbacks next season. And this is going to tie into something we talk about in hour number 2 of the program, because it's why I think a pursuit of Alex Bregman is fool's gold, why I don't think it's actually going to happen, because I think it limits the Diamondbacks' ability to upgrade in other areas like this bullpen, where I don't think they just need one arm. Pete Fairbanks would be great. I think they need 2 arms. They need at least 2 arms for the back end of this bullpen. 480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. When we come back, a lot of names floated around as coaching candidates this offseason. How many of them are actually better than Jonathan Gannon? That's next, the lunch break, KDUS, AM 1060.
ASU women's basketball continues right here on KDUS AM 1060. Join the Lady Sun Devils as they return home this Sunday to host Colorado. Head coach Molly Miller has proven that her team has what it takes to defend home court and looks to do the same against the Buffaloes. Join Jeff Mon on the call live this Sunday afternoon. It's ASU versus Colorado, a pregame at 4:30 p.m. and tip-off at 5 right here on KDUS AM 1060. Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS 1060 app.
9 Inch Nails. Live at Desert Diamond Arena, Friday, March 6th. Get tickets now at NIN.com. 9 Inch Nails. Live in Glendale. Peel It Back Tour 2026.
Fridays at 5, I'm out exploring. From hiking up Camelback to skiing at Snowbowl, the adventures never stop with AAA. It's membership that travels with me, whether behind the wheel or a passenger. In my ride, my buddies, or a rental. AAA's got 24/7 expert help with tows, battery help, and more. Plus branch services like free passport photos and trip planning. Membership gives you all this and more for less than $6 a month. And I can add loved ones for half off. Call or visit your local branch today. AAA, your membership to go.
Hi, I'm Andrew the Homebuyer. In this holiday season, I want to give back. So for every home I buy, I'll donate $1,000 to St. Jude. By now, you already know I'll buy your house for cash in any condition, and I'll beat any other offer. And now by selling me your house, you can help out a family at St. Jude. So let's get your home sold quickly. Call me, Andrew the Homebuyer, today. Visit andrewthehomebuyer.com. That's andrewthehomebuyer.com.
'Tis scratches season, and all through the state, the Arizona Lottery is giving people something to celebrate. Grab your friends and gather round for the chance to win $250,000 with Cash Countdown. Peppermint scented candy cane cash is available at any Arizona Lottery retailer in a flash. Gift these and 4 more games for any reason, because there are more than $80 million in prizes this season. This year and all, we wish you a happy holiday. From Arizona Lottery, love to play.
Hi, Jan from Toyota here to let you know that Toyotathon is on. And what better way to get in the spirit of the season than with a new Toyota, like RAV4, Grand Highlander, and Corolla Cross. But to really get in the spirit, let's sing about it. So without further ado, driving through the snow in a new RAV4, hooray! To the slopes we go in a Highlander for a ski day. A Camry to get hot cocoa, tubing with a Tundra makes the kids go loco. Oh, what fun it is to make holiday wishes come true. Toyotathon, Toyotathon, Toyotathon is on. Oh, what fun it is to drive a new Toyota today. Hey! Presto, a new holiday classic. Let's sing it again. Toyotathon, Toyotathon, Toyotathon is on.
Dealer inventory may vary. Toyotathon ends January 5th. See your participating dealer for details.
Have you guys tried these holiday cookies? They're so good.
Toyota, let's go places.
It's the Dan Patrick Show.
Shohei Ohtani had 2 home runs, 2 doubles. They also walked him 5 times, 4 intentionally. They've gotten to the point where he's getting Bonds treatment. I want you to pitch in shame. If you're going to intentionally walk him, I want you to throw the 4 pitches that look silly because you don't want to face him. I don't want it to be, hey, we're going to walk him and I point him to first base. Nope. I want you to acknowledge that you can't get him out and you throw those 4 pitches.
Weekdays, 7 to 10 a.m., right here on KTUS AM 1060 and the KTUS 1060 app.
Hopefully the exercise that we're about to do here on the show isn't laborious. And it isn't as boring as I worry that it could be, because it's 30 names that we're about to go through, and that could get a little tedious. But I think we could make it fun here, because we have talked a lot about what Jonathan Gannon's future might be for the Arizona Cardinals. And despite being somebody who has been very declarative in saying, I think the Cardinals should move on, I do caution against that always being the answer, because you never know what it's going to look like on the other side, right? You have to finish the sentence. I've had a friend back in the radio business. We got into these debates, and he always would say this, and it has stuck with me. Fire the coach and hire who? You have to complete the thought. You can't just fire somebody and be like, oh, but just get somebody, it'll be fine. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to understand there are going to be other teams that are looking for coaches. You have to see where your situation matches up with those other potential openings, what candidates are actually out there that specific offseason. So it's not just as easy as saying fire Jonathan Gannon. So I want to do the exercise today. We've done it a couple times. We've thrown out potential names that we're interested in, but the Ringer put out a story yesterday that was titled Ranking the Top 30 NFL Head Coaching Candidates for 2026. So we don't have a ton of time, but we're going to try to do all 30. We're going to set that as the goal.
Do you want me to run through them?
And I'm going to keep a little tally here. Better than Gannon, not better than Gannon. So we're going to say better than Gannon, worse than Gannon, and we're going to keep a little tally of the 30. You know what? I'm going to do something bold here. Do something bold.
I knew where this is headed.
Give us the music for this. No, I'm not going to. This music is sacred. I'll give you this music for this. I think predictively we get to at least 15 better than Gannon.
I think it's going to be more. Number 1, and the first guy I'm not taking, Robert Saleh, 49ers defensive coordinator, former Jets head coach.
I'm surprised he's number 1. He wouldn't be number 1 on my list. No, I don't. I wouldn't go defensive coordinator to defensive coordinator. And the other reason why I wouldn't go Saleh, and this is maybe unfair to him, but you're looking to get a new quarterback. potentially a rookie quarterback. That didn't go great for Robert Saleh last time. So if I'm going to hire Saleh, I think I want more definitiveness. It's why I thought Jacksonville last year would have been a good landing spot for him. They were interested. I believe they talked to him. Established quarterback in Trevor Lawrence. If you get a good offensive coordinator, you don't have to worry about that side of the ball. So I don't know if, like, Vegas doesn't make sense because you're resetting at the quarterback position.
Yeah, you need a team with a established quarterback.
I will tell you, the perfect spot for Robert Saleh, Cincinnati. Reshape that defense. Don't worry about the offense. Get a good coordinator. Let that coordinator work with Joe Burrow. You don't have to worry about it. That, to me, makes more sense as a better fit.
Number 2, Mike McCarthy.
Absolutely not. And
currently no job, former Dallas Cowboys head coach.
I know this is going to be a hot take, but no thank you. I think football has passed Mike McCarthy by.
Can I ask a question? Never mind. We'll get into number 3. Cliff Kingsbury.
What do I do with this?
Washington Commanders offensive coordinator. They would never do it.
So he has to go
But
on.
if the question is whether I would take him over Jonathan Gannon right now, my answer is yes.
Do we create a separate category that is just
Cliff?
Just Cliff Kingsbury.
Yep.
I'm okay with that. We're going to create the Cliff category and put Cliff down under the Cliff category. I don't know if anyone else is going to fit in there, but Cliff's going to go in his own category.
Number 4, Joe Brady.
Put him on the
Bills
list.
offensive coordinator.
Put him on the list. Give me that guy, paired him up with a rookie quarterback. Absolutely.
Number 5, ton of NFL experience,
I love
Steve
this guy.
Spagnuolo.
Oh, you're talking about a culture setter, a culture changer. Put him on the list better than Gannon. One of the rare defensive coordinators that I think I would be interested in.
Number 6, one of the surprise units.
Speaking of defensive coordinators, I would be interested in.
Around this league this year, Jesse Minter, the Chargers defensive coordinator. Another guy I would take.
Yeah, put him on the list. That's 3 for me.
Who I think is one of the best offensive minds in football. Todd Monken, offensive coordinator in Baltimore.
When we did our list a couple of weeks ago, he was my number 1. So he's better than Gannon. I put him on the list.
Number 8, another defensive guy, Brian Flores, the Minnesota Vikings defensive coordinator.
No, thank you. I'm going to put him in the worse than Gannon category, and it is because, again, he was saddled with a rookie quarterback in Tua, and that didn't work. I just don't think the situation is a good fit, so I would rather have Gannon than that be the replacement, than Brian Flores, because I don't know. I think he's learned from it. I don't know if he has, though.
Number 9, Lou Anarumo.
Defensive coordinator in Indy.
Kind of a weird name that I didn't
love
expect to be this high on the list.
I love Lou.
I love Lou, and I think I would take him over JJ.
He interviewed for the job previously. I think I would take him as well. Put him on the list. That's 5 for me.
Anthony Weaver is number 10, the defensive coordinator in Miami. I'm okay.
I'm okay.
Number 11, Jeff Hafley.
Now, we got too many defensive coordinators. That's
the Green Bay Packers defensive coordinator. I got to tell you, this list on the Ringer, they love a defensive coordinator.
Because the guy they have at number 12 should be inside the top 5.
I should be number 2. Clint Kubiak.
Put him on the list.
Seattle Seahawks offensive coordinator.
Put him on the list. I mean, from the Kyle Shanahan tree, it can work with anybody at the quarterback position. I mean, that's a home run. Yes, he would be better.
Number 13.
Oh, I mean,
Marcus Freeman.
Yeah.
Notre Dame football head coach.
And they talk about like his archetype as a head coach in this little blurb, and it says defensive culture setter. I mean, that's what this team needs. This team needs a culture setter. Yeah, Marcus Freeman would be a home run. The Giants should be interested in Marcus Freeman.
There's going to be a lot of teams that I think give him a call.
This next guy? No.
Couldn't tell you how uninterested I am in number 14, Arthur Smith.
Yeah, so I can have a bland, vanilla
Steelers offensive coordinator.
Was bland in Atlanta. Was bland in Pittsburgh. No, thank you.
Number 15 is an interesting one.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm good.
I'm okay as well. And this is where I think this list is a little all over the place. It's David Shaw, who's the Detroit Lions pass game coordinator and works with the quarterbacks.
Yeah, I mean, has a long history of being great, right? In college with Stanford. And he's doing great as the pass game coordinator. I don't think anyone's worried about what the Lions passing game looks like this season. Offensively, they're pretty good, but I'm okay.
Number 16.
This guy.
For me.
This guy could be number 1. If we didn't
have
Todd
This is a
Monken,
slam dunk. Clayton Adams is the Dallas Cowboys offensive coordinator. And you can say what you will about the Cowboys this year. There's no problems offensively.
Same offensive line last year for the Arizona Cardinals. Great with Clayton Adams. This year, dumpster fire. Now he's the offensive coordinator. He's got some play calling experience for an offense that's putting up numbers. Yes, bring that guy back on the list. I'm up to 8.
Number 17, Broncos defensive coordinator Vance Joseph.
I'm okay.
I'm okay as well.
Oh, you know what?
This is probably the most excited defensive coach on the list.
Hold on a second.
Other than Marcus Freeman.
Hold on a second. Let me just check something real quick. This predates my time here a little bit. Hold on. Let me check something here. He goes in the Cliff category. He was the defensive coordinator here from 2019 to 2022. I couldn't remember the exact years. That's why I needed to look it up. He goes in the Cliff category. I don't think they would do that.
Nope. He does. He goes in the Cliff category.
In the Cliff category.
Number 18.
This guy I like. I just don't think the Cardinals are going to go a defensive-minded guy.
I don't either. But Anthony Cabanelli, who defensive culture setter is the archetype they have.
That'll work.
And you look at the way the Jags play defensively, just in 1 year switch, there hasn't been that much roster turnover. They fly to the ball. They are fun to watch. They take it away, and I really like them. Number 19, the interim in New York, Mike Kafka.
I'm good. I'd rather him as an offensive coordinator than as a head coach.
I agree. Number 20, it's an interesting one. Davis Webb, the Broncos pass game coordinator and quarterbacks coach.
Again, I don't think the elevation is directly to head coach. I think the elevation is
to offensive coordinator.
Put Davis Webb on your list as for potential offensive coordinators for next year so that he can go from the Sean Payton tree to actually calling plays, because we know Sean Payton actually calls the plays there. But no, as a head coach, I'm okay.
Don Shula's grandson. Number 21, Chris Shula, the defensive coordinator for the Los Angeles Rams.
I'm going to put him better than Gannon. I'm going to put him on the list.
I think he's better than Gannon.
Again,
as well.
I've got too many defensive coordinators on my list right now, but I think he's one of the few that goes on.
Number 22 is an interesting one. And the more I think about it, the more I like it. Leslie Frazier, who's the Seattle Seahawks assistant head coach. Kind of a defensive guy, but has done a lot in the NFL.
Doesn't have a great background as a head coach. Went 21-33 when he was the head coach in Minnesota. I'm okay.
Number 23, Matt Nagy.
No thank you.
Kansas City Chiefs offensive coordinator. I'm okay.
Oh, this guy, yes.
Number 24.
Yes.
Mike LaFleur.
Yes.
The Los Angeles Rams offensive coordinator and a slam dunk.
Yes. Somebody from the Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay tree that's called offensive plays? Yes.
Number 25 is a name I enjoy as well. Declan Doyle, the Chicago Bears offensive coordinator.
I'm in. He's a coordinator. Ben Johnson, Sean Payton coaching tree. Going to have to work with a young quarterback. Checks the box. Yes.
You're going to have to help me with this one. Number 26, Grant Udinski.
You didn't need my help. You landed the plane.
Jacksonville Jaguars offensive coordinator. And do you know why I love this guy?
Because he's from the Kevin O'Connell coaching tree?
Nailed it.
I'm in. You sold me. You said Kevin O'Connell coaching tree? I'm in.
Number 27.
Oh, I'm in on this.
Cannot believe he's this low on the list.
This is a crime.
Because there's not a team in football that I think has put together a better run scheme this year than the Indianapolis Colts. Jim Bob Cooter.
Yeah, I'm in.
The Indianapolis Colts offensive coordinator.
It's a great offense this year in Indy. I'm in.
Number 28, Matt Burke, the Houston Texans defensive coordinator. And while I feel like they have a ton of talent, certainly deserve some credit in Houston.
Do I think he's better than Gannon? Yeah, I think so. Put him on the list.
Number 29, Thomas Brown.
I'm in on this guy. Yes.
The New England Patriots pass game coordinator and tight ends coach. And while tight ends coach may seem odd.
Yes, but hold on, because he worked under Sean McVay.
He's a Sean McVay.
Mike Vrabel
guy.
I mean, you want to talk about two guys that you want to mold your team after in 2025.
They've run that like almost kind of a spread them out, run the ball offense. It's really good. And number 30.
Yes. No.
University of North Carolina's head coach, Bill Belichick.
No, and you want to know why? because I don't need all of the circus that comes with him. Normally, there's no circus with Bill Belichick. Last couple of years, circus. I'm good.
Can we talk about
I'm okay.
the archetype and scheme?
The archetype was defensive CEO. The scheme was all of them. But do you notice what they did under
Coaching influences.
Did you see that?
Bill Parcells
Yep,
and Jordan
there
Hudson.
You go. I'm good. No, thank you. So I ended up with 15 better, 2 that fell into the cliff category, and I had 13 that I thought worse than Gannon, or I would take Gannon over them.
I think that's fair.
So there's lots of options because there's not going to be 15 jobs. And by the way, ESPN did a story today that ranked the Cardinals as the second most attractive potential opening.
Really? Who was one?
One was Cincinnati. Cincinnati was one. The Cardinals were 2. Maybe we can bring that back in the leftovers, and I can share some of the cool quotes from that story about why that was the case. I had it for this segment, but as should be expected, we went a little bit overboard there with that one. When we come back, your phone calls 480-864-1060. Will revenge be on the menu tonight for the Phoenix Suns? That's next. The lunch break. KDUS AM 1060.
NAU men's basketball over on KAZG 1440. After almost a month on the road, the NAU Lumberjacks returned to Flagstaff to protect home court against Southern Utah. Head coach Shane Burkar is ready to direct his team to another home win this season. Join Mitch Stroman on the call live this Thursday evening. It's NAU versus Southern Utah. Pregame at 4:30 p.m. and tip-off at 5 over on KAZG 1440.
My Chemical Romance, The Black Parade 2026. Live at Chase Field, September 6th, 2026. With special guest, Jimmy Eat World. Get tickets now at livenation.com. For more, visit mychemicalromance.com.
The name's Diamond. Desert Diamond. It's live and let drive, and your getaway car is waiting for you. Race into Desert Diamond White Tanks on Friday, January 2nd, and Desert Diamond West Valley on Saturday, January 3rd. Each day from 5 to 8 p.m., 2 hourly winners will nab $2,026 in free play. Then at 9 p.m., 1 nightly winner will drive home a new car. It's time to live the Diamond life. Desert Diamond Casino.
An enterprise of the Tohono O'odham Nation.
The Kia Season of New Traditions year-end sales event is going on now at Marte Kia in Scottsdale.
Right now, you can receive up to $10,000 bonus cash on Kia's most popular EVs, like the 2025 Kia EV6 and 2026 Kia EV9.
The name to remember, Marte Kia, Marte Kia.
This winter, step into a world of wonder at the Tianyu Lights Festival, open now through January 4th at Camelback Ranch, Glendale, and Phoenix. Explore the 4 new themes: Bugs Aglow, Colors of Holidays, Rainforest, and Prehistoric Animals, which feature 70 glowing handcrafted lanterns. Enjoy delicious foods and beverages at our food court, explore the interactive lanterns, and complete your visit with a trip to the marketplace where you'll find unique souvenirs. Don't miss this unforgettable holiday experience. Tickets are available now.
For nearly 25 years, Primavera has helped thousands of Arizona students succeed with an accredited world-class education, tuition-free and from home. Don't wait. Enroll today at chooseprimavera.com. That's chooseprimavera.com.
James out west. 7 teams to decline a bowl game. I feel like we shouldn't be able to do that.
Certain teams, I can understand. Notre Dame, you're a top-notch team. You have a lot of recruiting you need to retain. I kind of get that. Temple, what are you doing? Who are you to be turning down bowl games? What major recruits are you losing that are in off-season mode at Temple? There should be some parameters around that, but the season is officially over. These are invitations. You can decline an invitation. So I see it from both sides.
Every other Monday night from 6 to 7 p.m. right here on KDUS AM 1060 and on the KDUS 1060 app.
The Suns back in action tonight. It's a battle between the 7 and 8 seeds in the Western Conference. This has become a thing, I think, over the last couple of years in the NBA, a little home and home. They play tonight in Phoenix, and then they'll play Saturday in Golden State.
It does feel like that happens all the time.
Well, it
feels like it happens too in the NHL.
Well, it's going to happen. It's happened. This will be the second time it's happened for the Suns already, and it's going to happen not exactly the same way, but later on this month where they play back-to-back games in New Orleans, back-to-back nights. The 26th and 27th of December, Friday, Saturday, they will play games in New Orleans. Do they have any other parts of their schedule that are like this? This is requiring me to speak on air and read at the same time. And you can imagine how that's going to work out for me here in a second. But I think we're okay. I don't see any other situations like this throughout the course of the year where they have a home and home like this. But this does happen every so often, and it's going to happen tonight. It's a battle between the 7 and 8 seeds. The second time these teams have met this season, the Warriors won the last time, 118-107. We do know it's kind of become a calling card of Jordan Ott and the Phoenix Suns that the second time they see you, they're better prepared to face you, and you get a better result, you get a better performance. And so that's what many of us will be hoping for tonight, is that we see that better performance, that now that they've had time to dissect that film against Golden State, they'll be better, and they'll be better for these two games. The Suns coming in on a little bit of a losing skid here over the last couple. Warriors, they've lost 2 in a row. They just lost a game in Portland the other night, 136-131. Steph dropped 48 in that game, and they still lost. So two teams trying to get off the schneid here a little bit, trying to get back into the win column, jockeying for position. The Suns currently hold a 1.5 game lead over the Warriors for that 7 spot, the top seed in the play-in tournament. And if we want to look at this big picture, if the playoffs ended today, this would be the team that you would face in that 7-8 matchup. Winner would get the 7 seed, loser would go play the 8 seed game. So potential preview for what the end of the season is going to look like. Golden State only a 1.5 point favorite tonight, even though the Suns are at home. And this is a Suns team that comes into this game tonight with a better record. Warriors haven't played well against teams who have records above 500. The Suns come into this game with a record above 500. So all of it leads up to a very interesting night tonight and what should be a very interesting next couple of days for this team in the Phoenix Suns. 2 against Golden State, 1 against the Lakers. They play New Orleans. The next time you hear from us after tomorrow's show, they will have played at Golden State, home against the Lakers, and 2 games against New Orleans. Remember, we think they can finish this month with, what do we say, 5 wins? So they could get to 19 by the end of the season? Or by the end of the year, I should say?
If they're at 19 by the end of the year, I think we're all feeling pretty good.
I mean, I've said use halftime against Sacramento as a ceremony to give Jordan Ott the Coach of the Year trophy. They'll be at 19. They'll be way past the halfway point. Just checking behind me. The Suns' win total over still 31.5. What a disgrace that number was. So it should be a fun little matchup tonight between these two sides. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to the Suns getting back into the swing of things. And again, this is not the Warriors of old. This is a Warriors team that's still trying to find themselves. They're dealing with the Jonathan Kuminga stuff, benching him, his role being diminished, whatever's going on there. The Suns come into it. Devin Booker back in the lineup. Still waiting to see when Jalen Green's going to return. I know this was asked of me yesterday. I didn't get to it. I don't expect Jalen Green to come back before the calendar hits 2026. That would just be my guess, is that they really give Jalen Green all the time in the world to come back from this injury so that when he does return, that there isn't a worry about him re-aggravating it the way that he did the last time. You want to err on the side of caution. And when, I know they haven't been playing great as of late, but they've played some competitive games. They've been playing good all season. There's not a huge rush to get him back. You want to do right by him. You want to do right by the team. And so that I think they're going to err on the side of caution, and they're going to err on the side of giving Jalen Green all the time he needs to get ready. So I don't expect to see him before the end of 2025. Maybe that homestand where they play Sacramento and Oklahoma City in January would be a good time to get him back into the lineup. But tonight, it's a matchup against the Golden State Warriors, a couple in a row. And again, another test for the Suns. When they play a team the second time, they play really well against that team. So we'll see if they have another trick up their sleeve when they take on Golden State. By the way, Nick Richards' name in trade rumors. I didn't get to that. I had that story ready for this segment as well, but potential second-round pick and a young wing player that fits everything about the Phoenix Suns. Maybe I'll get to it tomorrow on the program. A solo show, you never know what's going to happen on a solo show. All bets are off.
All bets always off on a solo show. I found myself when I did mine, the YouTube chat, big part of the solo show.
Buy or sell to lead off hour number 2 is next. You're listening to the lunch break, KDUS AM 1060.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix.
This sports report is brought to you by Bet365. When it comes to sportsbooks, Bet365 has it all. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be located in Arizona.
Florence and the Machine presents the Everybody Scream Tour. Live at Desert Diamond Arena, Saturday, May 9th. The incomparable Florence and the Machine returns. With special guest, Mannequin Pussy. On sale now at livenation.com. The new album, Everybody Scream, available now.
Everybody scream.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help that often requires only simple maintenance. However, if left untreated, could lead to costly repairs. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello from A1 Garage Door Service. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. If your garage door is noisy, if bugs are getting in, or if it struggles to open, your garage door is in need of repair. From simple repairs to upgrades, it's A1 from day one. We fix garage doors fast and with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. Our springs, rollers, and openers are tested by running them up and down, open and closed, all day, 24/7, so you can feel confident with every A1 garage door repair. Replacing the bottom rubber on your garage door can have a huge impact on the number of bugs you see in your garage and in your home. Keep those creepy crawlers outside by calling A1 Garage Door Service today and receive the best service, best parts, and best warranty in the industry.
A1Garage.com. A1 from day one.
Call today and take advantage of our $29.95 tune-up special.
Meet Barkley. When Barkley smells gas, he leaves fast. When Barkley hears hissing coming from a gas appliance, he leaves fast. When Barkley sees dirt or water shooting from the ground, he leaves fast. Barkley then calls 911 and Southwest Gas from a safe location.
Did that dog just grab a phone and dial 911?
Gas lines can be buried anywhere, so remember to call 911 and Southwest Gas.
Global Credit Union, how can I help you?
It's one of those voice prompts.
Representative! Good morning. How can I help? Wait, is this a real person?
It's 2 a.m.
We're here to help members 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Impossible. At Global, possible. Learn more at globalcu.org. Global Credit Union, your world of financial possibilities.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale Phoenix.
Hour number 2 of the lunch break here on KDUS AM 1060. Chris Schubert with you. Thanks for hanging out with us today on the program. It's the last hour of the week for producer Evan. Are you mailing it in? You're dreaming about your vacation already, or are we gonna get a good version of you this hour?
I'm coming out hot this hour.
You have to text me your picks tomorrow. Now I will let the listeners of the show know I'm greatly worried that the time zone's gonna mess you up.
I have to tell you something.
Because you're taking a red eye tonight.
So I think my thought is by the time I land, I'm just going to send you the picks then.
So you're going to make sure I have them like 3 a.m. my time because you're going to land at what, 5, 6 a.m. on the East Coast?
Yeah.
So 3 a.m. When I wake up tomorrow, I'm going to have picks, a text message on my phone.
You should, correct. Yes.
Yeah. I'll make sure to turn notifications off so it doesn't wake me up at 3 in the morning.
And who knows? Maybe I'll make one today.
Oh, that's right. You could use, you could. I'm staying away.
I got to tell you,
the whole plane not being there.
So
parts
originally
need to be changed out. I don't like.
My thought was the under. It was my first thought.
Okay,
it's 42.5.
That's aggressive to take an under on Thursday night when you have all of Sunday available to you. Like that to me, you got to have some conviction to take a Thursday night under as one.
You
want to
win the pick
plays.
segment late in the year. You're down 1 point. Go take an under on Thursday night.
Yeah, but if you
don't know if that's my strategy yet, but
I will tell you what won't be my strategy. If I take something in this game, it will not be the under. I promise you that.
Getting into buy or sell now.
Please.
We got 7 today.
So you did add the 7th. Okay.
I did. Ketel Marte will be traded before I produce another episode of the lunch break.
Can I amend this a little bit?
Yes.
This whole situation will be wrapped up by then. They'll either trade him or won't trade him. I think we on this show think he's getting traded just because the noise has gotten so loud that I guess you can put the genie back in the bottle and he can just play and things will be okay, but it just feels like they're going to trade him. So I will buy the take, but either way, this gets resolved by the next time you're on the program, yes.
The Suns will be in a playoff spot, not play-in, playoff spot by the end of the year.
How far are they back from Minnesota? I think
currently 2.5 games back of Minnesota.
2.5.
Obviously, you know the Suns' upcoming schedule. Let me pull up the Timberwolves.
I was just going to say, I don't have the Minnesota. By the way, speaking of the Timberwolves, this may be a leftover story, so I apologize. Kevin Garnett, an off-court role with the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Very cool for him.
Back where he belongs with the organization that drafted him. It was very cool. I don't have the Timberwolves schedule.
I have it for you.
Please.
They play, I believe, 7 games here, if I'm counting correct, before the end of the year.
So do the Suns, so that's great.
They have the Thunder tomorrow night. Bucks at home on Sunday.
I don't know about
Knicks at home on Tuesday. At Denver on Christmas.
Oh, that could be 4 L's in a row.
Brooklyn at home
That's
on the
win.
27th.
We're back, baby. 1-4.
In Chicago.
That's 2-4.
And then on the road against Atlanta on New Year's Eve.
I think they win that game. So 3-4. So the Suns go 5-2 like we expect. They'll still be a half game short. So I will sell this take. The Timberwolves will still have the 6th spot because 3-4 may be a little harsh for Minnesota. I can't say that I've been watching a ton of Timberwolves basketball start to finish.
I've watched no game except for when they play the Suns.
So I'll sell the take. The Timberwolves will still be in that 6th spot.
Monti Ossenfort and Jonathan Gannon are a package deal. If one is gone, they both are.
No, I sell this. I do not think they're both gone. I do think there is a world. Here's what I will say. There's no world where Gannon stays and Monti goes. There is a world where Gannon goes and Monti stays. Like that to me is the only way one of them sticks around. And it's going to be because Monti, or if Michael Bidwell examines this roster and he says, well, we've got Paris Johnson Jr. and we've got, Marvin Harrison Jr. and Trey McBride is really good and James Conner and Trey Benson. And he looks at all the pieces and he talks himself into, man, there's some good pieces on this roster. And that's the general manager. They're just not being coached correctly. Coach goes, GM stays, GM gets to pick new coach, GM gets to pick new quarterback, and then that will reset the clock on Monti.
I think that's probably the likely scenario.
I think both should go if I was the person in the decision-making chair, because I would, and I've outlined this and I will continue to outline it, I just think it's too messy to keep these guys around. It creates some differing incentives for both the team and for those two guys in particular. They're kind of conflicting. Those two need to do everything in their power to keep their jobs, where the organization may want to look more big picture, long-term, get a rookie quarterback in here.
You get stuck where, the Bears were with Caleb last year and Eberflus.
Where you don't want to be.
And you just don't want to be in that spot, or where they were with Justin Fields, right?
And Matt Nagy, right? You do not want to be in that spot. So I think the easiest way to do this is to reset completely. I think the next best option is a reset at the head coach, but you keep the GM.
If the D-backs sign Alex Bregman, they will trade Jordan Lawler.
I mean, what are you doing?
Told you I'm coming out hot.
Come on, man. He's our guy. No, they won't trade. Because I think he's going to be the opening day second baseman in that case.
Oh.
Because we're going to talk about this a little bit later on in the show. I don't see a world where they have both Ketel Marte and Alex Bregman on their roster next season. It's one or the other. It's not both. So I think if Bregman's in, he's playing third. Lawler scoots over to second. And you have some combination of Bregman, Perdomo, Lawler, Pavin Smith, Tyler Locklear over at first base in a platoon situation.
Man. You would want somebody else at first, huh? You could get it.
I don't know. I may give the platoon a shot for half a season.
Well, if we get the Brexit, maybe he'll be
all right, Scott Boras. I mean, that was thievery from you. I mean, Scott Boras might sue us for that.
I was going to sneak in Scott Boras quotes all day and see if you caught him.
That was the first one you tried?
Yeah,
Because I was going to say that's the first one I picked up on. If you snuck in any others, I didn't catch them. So
that one came up naturally.
he's going to. I don't know if he's going back to Boston. I just don't know if he's coming to Arizona.
The Cardinals will try to trade Marvin Harrison in the offseason.
This is a good one. This is a good.
I've
buy
had
or
a
sell.
lot of good ones today.
This is a good buy or sell from you. You are going out with a bang. I don't know because who's in this scenario, who's the head coach and GM of the team? And I know that's a cop out.
It would make a change. In this scenario, I think you would make a change.
Oh, then he could go.
I think if you make a change, then I think he's gone.
I think if Gannon and Monti stay, he's not getting moved. Even though I think either way you should explore this. Because I don't know what his value is. But his value might help you land a quarterback if you need to. So, again, it's a cop-out to say it depends on who's in charge, but I really think it depends on who's in charge. If this group is just going to come back GM head coach, then no, Monty's going to stay. Or then Marv's going to stay.
So I'm going to say sell.
Yes, sell.
What if they fire the coach and not the GM? Does that change your opinion?
No, because the GM's the one who made the pick,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
So if in year 3, are you going to admit? Because what you're doing when you do that
is you're saying, hey, we got
up.
it wrong, right? And wrap up on that.
I messed up. And I think the Darius Robinson
I think
pick,
they're willing to say they messed up.
But that doesn't look great. But when you pick in the 20s.
Okay, you can have a miss.
You can have a miss.
Not a 4.
Not at 4. And while I love Paris Johnson Jr., is he the best left tackle in the sport?
No.
So now all of a sudden, I've got like a really bad first-round track record from my GM who's going to then select a quarterback? So that's why you won't do that. Puts way too much pressure on you as a general manager. Sorry, go ahead.
No. If Kenny Dillingham leaves for Michigan,
I thought we were going to go a whole day without doing this.
ASU will make an internal hire for their next head coach. Brian Ward or Marcus Arroyo stepping up into to the head coach role.
No. I will sell this. I think the new head coach will want to keep those guys around, but I do think you need to look externally. You need to look at, because this is the way the game's played now, you need to look at somebody who's going to have some recruiting touch and can go get some players.
Almost need to do what Indiana did, right? Find the Kurt Signetti.
Right.
And while I thought Indiana was good last year, just not good enough.
And by the way, that's easier said than done. Kurt is a one-of-one coach.
Yes. But my point in that is find the coach at the Division I AA level that can bring guys to compete right away at the, at the college football bowl system level.
I do think they'll look externally because they'll want to bring somebody in who can reignite the fan base, can get some excitement, get some buzz. No offense to those guys, but does an internal promotion make you feel better about the direction of the program?
No.
I think like those guys.
There's no question in my mind, though, that I think Brian Ward's a good football coach on the defensive side.
And so maybe you promote him because you're worried about him leaving?
And you give him at least the year.
Okay.
And then you can be first at the table next year.
Okay. I hear you. You don't want to lose Ward to someplace else, although it's kind of late in the process. I don't know.
And that's what I'm saying. Because you're so late in the process.
You might be okay. You might be protected from those guys taking jobs elsewhere.
Right. So
they
maybe
may want to wait a year to reset.
You almost use them as an interim for 1 year. And then I'm first at the table.
You know how
next
painful
year.
this is, but we're just moving backwards. We've got.
If you lose Kenny Dillingham, you're falling backwards.
That's the problem. That's what worries me about this. Although it's been quiet today.
It has.
Which I don't.
Too quiet.
Is that concerning?
I actually think that's a good thing.
So do I. But there's part of me that can convince myself that that's concerning. that it's quiet. We're not hearing anything.
But I haven't heard anything about like the contract amendments they were trying to make about from the ASU side either. So
right. So it's troubling on both
good or
parts.
bad.
Is that it? Is that all you got?
No, one more.
Oh, one more.
The winner of tonight's Thursday night football game will and should be the favorite in the NFC.
Oh, I will buy this. I didn't think that. I thought you were going to say that the winner of this game will win the NFC West. The winner of this game tonight will be considered the favorite and should be considered the favorite in the NFC. I agree with that because the team that wins tonight will be in pole position to win the NFC West and will be in pole position to be the 1 seed. And I think both teams in particular, in a weird way, the road going through them changes how I feel about their ability to go deep in the playoffs. There are certain teams, Green Bay, because they're in cold weather, Green Bay, I think, can go anywhere and win. Chicago, I think, can go anywhere and win. I don't know if Seattle can go anywhere and win. I certainly don't think the Rams can go anywhere and win. Those two teams having home field advantage, Seattle, we know how loud that is. For the Rams, it's a case of not having Stafford and that team in the cold. I think it completely changes the dynamic. So, yes, I think the winner of tonight's game should be considered the favorite in the NFC because they'll be the 1 seed and the road goes through them. And I think that's a huge advantage for these two teams specifically.
I agree.
There you have it. We'll buy or sell here today on a Thursday. The last buy or sell, because I can't buy or sell my own takes tomorrow. That's not really how buy or sell works. You can't really do that. So no buy or sell tomorrow. So the last buy or sell for the week, the last buy or sell till December 29th. I think we've been talking about this all week, but no show next week. We're off next week, hitting the reset button a little bit, spending time with
Christmas
family.
Week off.
Yeah. So no show. We'll have some VSiN programming for you in our absence, and then we'll be back Monday, December 29th. And that's a weird week because we're working, I think it's 4 days that week, but we're off New Year's Day, which is a Thursday in the middle of the week. So I don't know if we're doing a Friday show. We're still up in the air of what we're doing that week. So just stay tuned. We'll keep you updated on that as the week and the month progresses. When we come back, it's the Week 16 version of the Schubert Scale and Evans Risers, how we see the top teams in the NFL going into Week 16. Get to it next. It's the lunch break, KDUS, AM 1060.
The Varsity Sports Show with Vince D'Alessio is your hub for everything high school and college sports. Join Vince and friends as they give you the full picture on student athletes and where they're heading. Live interviews with coaches across the valley.
Asking some of the tough questions.
Varsity recaps and in-depth interviews with tomorrow's sports stars. The Varsity Sports Show with Vince D'Alessio. Live every Saturday morning from 9 to 11 a.m. Here on KDUS AM 1060 and on the KDUS 1060 app.
If you're not listening to We Fixed It, You're Welcome, then why are we fixing all these companies?
I just think they need to do a better job at marketing what they already have. That's where I'm saying, like, ooh, this seems like a weird time to be doing this.
You said that was in 2008. The economy is very different.
That tactic has worked, and we've seen it before.
That's what I might do because I want to help them.
If you could fix the world's biggest companies, what would you do? Get your fix before Season 2 drops this summer, wherever you listen to podcasts. We Fixed It, You're Welcome.
Sticks. The hits. Live at Celebrity Theater. Friday and Saturday, January 9th and 10th. With special guest Max Gomez. Tickets on sale now at celebritytheater.com. A trip through all their best. Don't miss Sticks Live. Produced by Danny Zalisco Presents.
Only 50% of Arizonans believe their health insurance will cover them in a major medical emergency, like a car accident or an unexpected life-changing diagnosis. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona aims to change that perception. AZ Blue often takes care of more than 99% of hospital charges in major emergencies, protecting you and your family from devastating financial consequences. To learn more about how AZ Blue protects its members, head to azblue.com/true story.
The holidays are here and mornings aren't slowing down. Between the to-do list and the traffic, who's got time to cook breakfast? McDonald's does. With the 2 for $5 mix and match deal, you can grab 2 of your morning favorites without missing a beat. Pair up a sausage McMuffin with egg and a sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles, or mix it up however you like. Hot, satisfying, and easy on your wallet. Start your day smarter and tastier with the 2 for $5 mix and match deal only at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
I'm Dan Patrick, and this is Above the Noise. The Seahawks look every bit like a team built for February. They've got dangerous playmakers scattered across the field, a defense that hunts in packs, and an offense that can put up points fast. The question mark, Sam Darnold. His resurgence has been one of the league's great redemption arcs. A former top pick finally delivered on the promise that once made him a franchise's future. But football is a way of revealing truth under pressure, and that's where their concerns begin. Because of all the gaudy numbers, 4,000 yards, 35 touchdowns last season, the Vikings went 14-3, but his biggest moments have brought out his worst football. 3 high-stake games, he's 0-3. Week 18 against Detroit, that with the division on the line, 9 points. Last year's wild card round, same story, and a 4-interception meltdown to the Rams earlier this season. The full body of work still paints him as a franchise quarterback, but once again, the bright lights shine tonight against the Rams. I'm Dan Patrick, and this is Above the Noise.
This holiday season, skip the same old gifts and send something that's truly unforgettable. From Heartland Steak Company, we're talking premium, hand-cut Midwestern meats such as USDA Prime and Choice Beef, all-natural pork, and tender chicken, all delivered straight to their door with care and convenience. Whether you're shopping for family, friends, clients, or anyone who appreciates bold flavor and quality meats, Heartland Steak Co. has something for everyone. Choose from Grill Master packages, holiday gift boxes, or freezer fillers, each one hand-picked, flash-frozen, and packed to preserve unbeatable freshness and taste. It's the perfect way to share the true Midwest flavor this season. Ordering is quick and easy at heartlandsteakco.com. And when you order right now and spend $199.99 or more, you'll receive free shipping plus $25 off your order with promo code GIFT. Give the gift of flavor this holiday season with Heartland Steak Co. That's heartlandsteakco.com. And don't forget to use promo code GIFT. Taste the Heartland difference.
You're listening to The Jim Rome Show.
The Lane Kiffin reinvention arc went from one of the truly feel-good stories in the game to him once again becoming public enemy number one. I have no issue with him leaving. It's how he left. Burning all bridges yet again. You strung Ole Miss along. You turned it into a complete circus, and then you were bent when they wouldn't let you coach them in the playoff? Get out of here with that. It's natty or bust for you at LSU, Lane.
The Jim Rome Show, 1 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, here on KDUS AM 1060.
That time of the week, the Schubert Scale, how I see the top teams in the NFL entering Week 16. We've got Evans Risers as well. Whose turn is it to go first?
I actually think it's mine.
It's a Evans Risers week.
I think it's an Evans Risers week first. Yeah.
Okay. Then please, the floor is yours, my friend. You know what? It doesn't matter. It's your last show for a little bit. You go first.
Thank you. My HMs this week. 3 as always. You want to hear something crazy?
Okay.
They're the same as last week.
No, now you're mailing it in. This is phoniness.
Not mailing it in at all because
College Football Playoff Committee.
It's almost the same. I only moved one team out, and the team I moved into the top 5. I moved them around. But my HMs, the Texans, took care of business. They're playing the Cardinals.
What?
And I can't move them up
yes, you can.
to the top 5.
Yes, you can. Watch me. I'll do it in 5 minutes.
Because they played the Cardinals.
Watch what I do here in a couple of minutes. Don't you worry. They'll be right there in the top 5. It is possible. You can do it. I did it.
My next HM, the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I agree with you on this one, yes.
Because... Yes.
I mean, they play the Jets. I mean, you can't move them up when they play the Jets. How do you move them up when they...
And that's where I had a hard time with all 3 of my HMs. The Texans played the Cardinals. The Jaguars played the Jets. And the 49ers played the Titans.
I have the 49ers also as an HM. So 2 of our 3 HMs the same.
So I don't know what to do with any of those games. And the Eagles...
you want to talk about a team I'm no longer considering?
Everybody
didn't even. Not even an HM to the HM. Just not happening.
Can I say something funny though? It is so funny. When Kansas City beat the Raiders, it was like Kansas City's back. When Dallas beat the Raiders, can they make the playoffs? The Eagles beat the Raiders. The Eagles, well, it's the Raiders. Different talk track. My number 5 team. That's a tough loss. That is a tough loss. I think they're probably in your HMs. Up 21-0. People have said Drake maybe. I'm calling him from here on out the schedule. Drake, the schedule may. Tough loss for the New England Patriots. Bumped them down from number 1 to number 5. You lose at home to a division rival, being up 21 points in a game you could have clinched the playoffs. My number 4 team, best player on the planet, down 21. Nothing flashy. Didn't need a punt return. Didn't need a kick return. They lined up across from you, and for 30 minutes, were the better football team. And they beat you, the Buffalo Bills. Outside of that game.
I hate what you did here. You just put those two teams next to each other.
Yes. And wait until you get to the top here.
Oh, the Rams going to be 1 and the Seahawks going to be 2?
My number 3
The Broncos are 3, the Seahawks are 2, the Rams are 1, and the Rams and Seahawks play each other tonight, so that's going to solve itself. You are so... You know what? I'm going to start a campaign here on the program. Get this guy on the college football playoff committee because he knows how to do it better than anybody. This guy knows how to college football playoff committee. He knows how to rank teams.
Notice how I had the Bills one spot above the Patriots because you can't have the Miami Notre Dame debacle.
Right. Get him on the committee. Sign this guy up. I don't care that he's not an athletic director. Sign him up.
My number 3 team, and I want to get into this team, and then you know where it's going. And Code knew where it was going the whole time. The Broncos, I thought, was probably the most impressive win of the weekend. And the reason I say that
apparently not enough to get inside the top 2.
No. But I didn't have them inside the top 8 because they weren't even an HM last week. So I couldn't move them to 1.
You're so bad at this. We need to do a study into how you put these rankings together every week. I mean, it is egregious what you do. Imagine if we ranked all 32.
I'd be really good at that.
No, you'd be awful. There'd be some things on the list that would just blow everybody's minds.
I think my worst team in football would change every week. I'd be real volatile with the worst team.
The bottom 5 for you would just be a complete mess every week.
The Broncos had the most impressive win of the week, not because they beat the Packers at home, but because of how they did it. I didn't think they could win a shootout, and I didn't think they could get the quarterback to play that well.
Yeah, you didn't think a game in which they would need to score 30 to win favored them.
And
that was a game script
and
that they could thrive in.
At every moment of the game. They looked like the better football team and still had to play a style of game that I didn't think they were capable of playing. So a lot of credit to the Denver Broncos, and that's why they went from 9 for me. They were an HM to the HM last week into 3. My number 2 team, the Seattle Seahawks.
What a joke! The top of this list is this is a sham. You're making a mockery of the whole process.
And my number 1,
yeah, the Los Angeles Rams. I mean, what a joke!
How is this a joke?
What a joke! Next week, let me guess, the winner of this game is going to be number 1.
I have a question for you. Is the winner of this game going to be number 1 on your list next week?
No, that might not be the case. That might not be the case. When you hear my list, you'll see.
Liar. You're a liar.
Well, we're not doing lists next week because we're not doing a show on Christmas. So we won't be doing the Schubert Scale and Evans Risers next week. But if we were, no, I don't. If the Rams win, they're going to stay number 1 because that's where I have them, not to go in reverse order. But no, Seattle winning won't put them at number 1. I don't think it will. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
For the better version of the list? My 3 HMs this week. The Jacksonville Jaguars, the Honda Civic, the San Francisco 49ers, and the New England Patriots. I'm not going to add anything to...
I just can't believe you're going to get on my list. We're going to have every team the same in the 8
Yeah, but your
teams.
order is going to be wrong. I mean, this is my issue with the College Football Playoff Committee. Normally, we got the right 25 teams. We just have them in the wrong order.
Okay.
Like, Miami and Notre Dame deserve to be where they were. They just had it backwards. They just didn't have it in the correct order for most of the season. Number 5. You may not have been interested in putting respect on their name, but I will. The Houston Texans for me are number 5.
I mean, I've been putting respect on their name all year long.
Not enough to get inside the top 5. Enough to be an HM, though.
You dropped the Patriots from 1 to 6. Or 7 or 8.
It's true. When you blow a 21-point lead at home to your division rival, and it's your first tough game really of the season, that's not a great look. So you fall that far when you have a performance like that. Houston went out there and took care of business against Arizona, and it's not just that they took care of business. They had their second best offensive afternoon of the season.
They played the Cardinals.
I understand that. Their offense isn't known for putting up points, and they did. C.J. Stroud looked really good. Their defense continues to be awesome. Number 5, the Houston Texans. Number 4, and this is where I'm going to prove you wrong about the winner of tonight's game having an impact on who's going to be number 1 next week. This is where I have Seattle. I like Seattle. Feels like they've stabilized here a little bit, but I think they are behind the next 2 teams on this list where I can't put them at number 2. Number 3 for me, the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen, the stage is set, buddy. You are never going to have a more friendlier path to getting to your first Super Bowl than you're going to have this year.
This is the most pressure on him in his career to get to the Super Bowl.
No Mahomes, no Burrow, potentially no Lamar Jackson. If you can't make it through New England, if you can't make it through Denver, if you can't make it through Houston, Jacksonville, the Chargers, whoever else,
Pittsburgh,
whoever else is going to be in there, if you can't do it this year,
you're never going to do it.
Dare I say you're never going to get there. Dare I say you're going to be this generation's Dan Marino. I have the Buffalo Bills at number 3. Number 2, the Denver Broncos. I did this with New England. I'm going to do it with Denver. You've won 11 in a row. That's impressive. That deserves some love. Bo Nix, during this 11-game winning streak, 18 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Last week, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, to your point about winning a game in a way that we didn't think they could, in large part because Bo Nix played probably his best game of the season.
Of his career.
The Denver Broncos, number 2. And then number 1, they're the best team in football. Los Angeles Rams. You ready for this? Offensively, you want to know where they rank? 3rd in EPA per play, 1st in success rate, 3rd in EPA per pass, 7th in EPA per rush, 3rd in explosive play rate, 14th in completion percentage, 8th in average depth of target, 14th in their pace, 14th in their pass percentage. How about defensively? 5th in EPA per play, 5th in success rate, 6th in EPA per pass, 3rd in EPA per rush, 7th on 3rd downs. They're just excellent on both sides of the ball. And, oh, by the way, they probably have the best coach in the sport. You add it all up, that's the number 1 team in the sport. So there you have it. The Schubert Scale, the better of the 2 lists for Week 16.
Not the better of the 2 lists. Because next week, when Seattle wins tonight, you're going to be all over the place. You're not going to know where to put the Rams.
No, I know. The Rams will probably move down to 4 or 5, maybe even to 6.
You're not going to know where to put the Seattle.
So if Denver, who does Denver play this week? Because if Denver wins, they're going to take the number 1 spot if they get to 12-2.
Denver.
Seattle could probably slide into the number 2 spot. I mean, this writes itself. It's pretty easy, actually, if Seattle wins tonight. Now, I don't think they're going to. I think the Rams are going to win. That's not an official play.
Denver plays the Jags this week.
Oh.
So here's where you're going to be lost.
Okay.
Denver's going to lose to the Jags.
Okay.
Emotional win last week at home.
Okay.
Now they play the Jags at home this week.
Yeah.
But so you're going to have to put the Jags in the top 5. You're going to have to move Seattle to 1 because.
Yeah, you know who probably gets cut then? Houston probably gets cut. Depends on who.
Well, it depends on how bad the Rams lose tonight.
Right. All of it matters.
Or if Buffalo loses.
Who does Buffalo play?
Buffalo plays the Buffalo. Congratulations. They're going to be number 1 in the Schubert Scale.
Who do they play?
The 11-4 Bills take on the Cleveland Browns.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Congratulations to the Buffalo Bills. You may have the number 1 spot when we get to next week, depending on what happens between Denver and Jacksonville.
10.5-point favorites.
Yeah, that's tough. Congratulations to the Buffalo Bills. 480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us here today on the program when we come back. It's not possible, is it? Could the Arizona Diamondbacks have both Alex Bregman and Ketel Marte in 2026? That's next, the lunch break, KDUS, AM 1060.
Join in on the Sports Zoo with Dave Rooster Beerstein.
The Chiefs have had some really bad calls against them this year as well. I'm sure everyone listening is going to roll their eyes and say, well, the last 7 years the Chiefs have had great calls. Maybe they have, but
there should be no makeups. There should be great refereeing or the best available refereeing every week. And in a lot of games this year, there's been a lot of bad calls. The Chiefs have been part of that. Live weekdays from 5 to 6 p.m. here on KDUS AM 1060 and on the KDUS 1060 app.
Fridays at 5, I'm out exploring. From hiking up Camelback to skiing at Snowbowl, the adventures never stop with AAA. It's membership that travels with me, whether behind the wheel or a passenger, in my ride, my buddies, or a rental. AAA's got 24/7 expert help with tows, battery help, and more. Plus branch services like free passport photos and trip planning. Membership gives you all this and more for less than $6 a month, and I can add loved ones for half off. Call or visit your local branch today. AAA, your membership to go.
Right now at Del Taco, you can get 2 grilled chicken tacos for just $3. You hear that? That's the real sizzle of a real grill. At Del Taco, we freshly grill our marinated chicken right here in our kitchens. Not some factory far, far away. It's what makes our grilled chicken tacos a top seller for over 30 years. So come get 2 grilled chicken tacos, made to order for only $3. A real good deal we can all use right now. Only at Del Taco.
Del, yeah.
Price and participation may vary.
The Mazda More to Move You sales event is going on now at Mark Mazda in Scottsdale.
Right now at Mark Mazda, receive 0.9 APR for 60 full months on some of Mazda's most popular models, like a 25 Mazda CX-5. And don't know what to do with your trade? We'll give you a minimum $8,000 for any trade, no matter what shape it's in, as long as it runs based on the actual MSRP.
And if $8,000 is the minimum, think what your good trade might be worth. The name to remember? Mark Mazda, Mark Mazda. On Crew Credit Plus 98.5.
I get by with a little help from my friends.
Ringo Starr and his all-star band. With friends, Steve Lukather from Toto. From Men at Work, Colin Hay. From Average White Band, Hamish Stewart. Friday, June 12th at 7:30 p.m., Gamage Auditorium. On sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Produced by Danny Zalesko Presents.
For nearly 25 years, Primavera has helped thousands of Arizona students succeed with an accredited world-class education, tuition-free and from home. Don't wait. Enroll today at ChoosePrimavera.com. That's ChoosePrimavera.com.
Meet Barkley. When Barkley smells gas, he leaves fast. When Barkley hears hissing coming from a gas appliance, he leaves fast. When Barkley sees dirt or water shooting from the ground, he leaves fast. Barkley then calls 911 and Southwest Gas from a safe location.
Did that dog just grab a phone and dial 911?
Gas lines can be buried anywhere, so remember to call 911 and Southwest Gas.
The Mazda More to Move You sales event is going on now at Mark Mazda in Scottsdale.
Right now, receive 0.9% financing for up to 60 months on some of Mazda's most popular models, like a 25 Mazda CX-5. The name to remember, Mark Mazda, Mark Mazda.
ASU women's basketball continues right here on KDUS AM 1060. Join the Lady Sun Devils as they return home this Sunday to host Colorado. Head coach Molly Miller has proven that her team has what it takes to defend home court and looks to do the same against the Buffaloes. Join Jeff Mon the call live this Sunday afternoon. It's ASU versus Colorado, a pregame at 4:30 p.m. and tip-off at 5 right here on KDUS AM 1060. Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS 1060 app.
It is the story that keeps on going in the baseball world as the Diamondbacks remain involved in the Alex Bregman sweepstakes. It was reported yesterday from a Boston Red Sox podcaster, Jared Carabas, that the Diamondbacks apparently are willing to go to a 6th year on a potential Alex Bregman contract. And that opened up a whole can of worms for me in my brain of what type of 6-year deal is it? Is there an opt-out early on in the deal? Is it structured the way that Corbin Burns' 6-year deal was structured, where he actually has an opt-out after the 2 years? Is it 4 years with an opt-out? All these questions that flooded my brain, but one that I just can't seem to get past. How would this be possible? How on earth could they pull this off without trading Ketel Marte? Because to me, Bregman in, Marte out is the only way for this to work. As it sits here right now, the Diamondbacks are projected to have a payroll of $171 million for next season. Right now, that's where it's at. If you added Alex Bregman, what's a fair AAV for the sake of this conversation, producer Evan? You want to go to 30 just to call it fair?
Yeah, I think it's probably 6 years, $180 million is probably a fair deal.
It may end up being closer to 35 where he ends up. If you structure it the right way with deferrals, maybe it gets down to 26. But I think let's just split the difference and call it 30 for the sake of this argument. That would take you up to $201 million on the books for this year. Your payroll last year was $188 million at the end of the season. And we all know that the payroll is supposed to be coming down, that you weren't going to be able to spend at the levels that you've been spending the last couple of seasons. So you're going to add Alex Bregman. You're going to keep Ketel Marte. You're not going to make any more additions to your bullpen. You're not going to make any more additions to your starting rotation. You're going to freeze your roster. You're going to lock this group in place the way that it is and spend more money than you did last year. I just can't see it. I think Bregman in, Marte out presents its fair share of challenges because I think that would take them to a monetary place that they might be a little uncomfortable with. But at least with Marte out, Bregman in, you can get as part of a return another bat. You can get as part of the return another pitcher. You can get as part of the return maybe a reliever to check off some other boxes. So when you do sign Bregman and you trade Marte, you can say pencils down, we're good. We've set our roster in place. I get it. A top 5 of the Diamondbacks lineup with Carroll, Marte, Bregman, Moreno, Perdomo, fantastic. I don't know how many other 1 through 5s are better in baseball. Maybe the Dodgers. That's probably where the list ends. Would be a all-star level 1 through 5. And yes, if that's your 1 through 5, you become a little bit more comfortable with Jordan Lawler playing every day at second base. You feel a little bit more comfortable with a Pavin Smith, Tyler Locklear platoon over at first base. You feel a lot better about Adrian Del Castillo being your everyday DH. You feel better with maybe some more projects on the other parts of your roster. Blaze Alexander playing every day in the outfield because that 1 through 5 is top 5 in all of baseball. But it's just not realistic. It would require a mindset shift that I just don't think exists for this team. Now, that isn't to throw cold water on the idea of Alex Bregman joining this team. It does feel like there's some real legs to this. I just think it requires the Ketel Marte move to happen first. It requires the Ketel Marte trade package because to me, signing Alex Bregman, if it's to a 6-year, $180 million deal, $30 million a season, you're done. You trade Ketel Marte, you add Bregman on that deal, you're adding about $15 million to your books. That's going to get you around the number that you got to last year. And maybe Ken Kendrick is okay with it being there because you're adding a player like Bregman. You're adding a great haul for Ketel Marte, and he's okay with stretching the budget a little bit because the team's a little bit more well-rounded. But to go to 200, to go past the point you went to last year, you ended last year at $188 million on the books. You're going to go to 201 and keep Marte and add Alex Bregman? Just doesn't seem feasible. It doesn't seem in line with where we know this organization is thinking. So Bregman could still come in, but it will come at the expense of Ketel Marte. And so that leads us back to the conversation that we had yesterday. Would you be okay with Ketel Marte out and Bregman and whatever the haul is for Marte in? One of the rumors has been Jarren Duran is the centerpiece of a potential Marte trade with Boston. I would be all over that. If I could get Bregman to play third base, if I could add Duran to my outfield, I'm upgrading 2 positions. Maybe I get another piece for my rotation. I would feel like the Diamondbacks are a better team, and I would feel like that is a great use of Ketel Marte in a trade. But I'm not going to know my true feelings on it until I see what the return actually is. And I think the Diamondbacks are going to stop short of making a trade unless it is a slam dunk return. And by the way, if they had that slam dunk return, the trade would already be made. So clearly, the deals aren't to a place where they're comfortable flipping the switch, where they're comfortable making the move. So no, I hate to be the person that rains on the parade because you're dreaming of what that 1 through 5 could look like. I just don't see this organization in their current place. 2 years ago, fresh off a World Series appearance, sure.
I could see them signing Bregman in free agency as a big splash to go with Ketel Marte to feed the offense. That was different. They had Suarez around that time, so the roster construction was different. But put yourself in that moment where you're fresh off the World Series, you have some more financial resources to invest, you know that the building's going to be packed out after the year that you had. Sure, I'm willing to stretch the budget a little bit. 2 straight years, missing the playoffs, coming off of high payrolls, highest payrolls in the sport, coming off an offseason where you gave out the biggest contract you've given out to a free agent in Corbin Burns. I just don't see it. It would require a philosophical shift that I don't know can exist in this offseason. Maybe we'll be proven wrong, and I will tell you, if it does happen, if they do make this move and keep Ketel Marte, then I think all bets are off moving forward for what this team can do in the offseason. They should be players every single offseason for everybody. You should put them in the mix. Because if this offseason, where we expect the budget to come down, if they blow past it again, they're just the ultimate opportunists in the best possible way. But I don't see a world where it happens. Bregman could come in, but it will come at the expense of Ketel Marte. And I know that might bother a lot of you. It won't bother me if the Ketel Marte trade is what I think it needs to be in order to move him, where you're getting multiple big league contributors. If you do that, then I think you've got a chance to turn Ketel Marte into a more well-rounded roster. But this has to end sooner rather than later. Producer Evan asked me in buy or sell to open this hour, would something happen by the next time he's on this program? I think we're going to know one way or another definitively what this team is doing with Ketel Marte. That's because he's either been traded by then or they've called off talks and they leaked to the media that they've called off talks and they are going to proceed full steam ahead with Ketel Marte in their 2026 plan. Because it's holding everything up. If they're going to do this Bregman-Marte swap in some ways, that's holding up what their financial might be to add a reliever or 2 relievers or to add another starter. And maybe that's what they're asking for in a Ketel Marte trade. So getting this solved frees them up to do everything else we think they need to do. We, in hour number 1, talked about, hey, bullpen, what are you doing? Who's closing games? Who's pitching in the 8th? Who's pitching in the 9th? You haven't answered those questions because, and rightfully so, your attention is on these Ketel Marte talks, which have, I don't want to say gone out of control, but they've been very loud. So I get that that's your focus, but you have to pick an end date so you don't lose out on all the other areas that you need to address this offseason. Bregman, Marte, both on this team, pipe dream. Pipe dream. Not going to happen. 480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. We've got one more before we hand things off to Jim Rome at the top of the hour. It's the leftovers, all the stories we didn't get to throughout the course of the program. We'll try to get to them next. It's the lunch break, KDUS, AM 1060.
It's the Dan Patrick Show.
Shohei Ohtani had 2 home runs, 2 doubles. They also walked him 5 times, 4 intentionally. They've gotten to the point where he's getting Bonds treatment. I want you to pitch in shame. If you're going to intentionally walk him, I want you to throw the 4 pitches that look silly because you don't want to face him. I don't want it to be, hey, we're going to walk him and I point him to first base. Nope. I want you to acknowledge that you can't get him out and you throw those 4 pitches.
Weekdays, 7 to 10 a.m. right here on KTUS AM 1060 and the KTUS 1060 app.
A night you don't want to miss. Avenged Sevenfold. Good Charlotte. North America Tour 2026. Talking Stick Resort Amphitheater. August 27th. Avenged Sevenfold. Good Charlotte. An epic night of music. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Don't miss Avenged Sevenfold and Good Charlotte, part of the America First Credit Union Concert Series.
Right now at Del Taco, you can get 2 grilled chicken tacos for just $3. You hear that? That's the real sizzle of a real grill. At Del Taco, we freshly grill our marinated chicken right here in our kitchens. Not some factory far, far away. It's what makes our grilled chicken tacos a top seller for over 30 years. So come get 2 grilled chicken tacos, made to order for only $3. A real good deal we can all use right now. Only at Del Taco. Del, yeah. Price and participation may vary.
When is Kate getting here?
Should be any minute. She was on one of her Goodwill treasure hunts.
Treasure hunt? Oh, here she comes. And in an amazing new jacket.
Ready to rock, guys?
You definitely are.
Where'd you get that?
Don't you love it? I got it at Goodwill.
Kate got it at Goodwill. With hundreds of thousands of unique items arriving in-store daily, you can get it at Goodwill too.
Find your convenient neighborhood location at goodwillaz.org. Nonprofit for good.
Hey, Benjamin, we've got a surprise for you.
What?
You've got brothers!
Huh?
$50 and $200 bills just like you!
Hey.
What's up? What?
We just got them for joining America First Credit Union and opening a new checking account.
And you're all going to live together at America First.
What? This is nice.
For a limited time, new members get a $250 cash bonus when they open a checking account with direct deposit or $50 with a youth checking account. So head to americafirst.com and get your money working today. Membership eligibility, terms, and conditions apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
NAU men's basketball over on KAZG 1440. After almost a month on the road, the NAU Lumberjacks returned to Flagstaff to protect home court against Southern Utah. Head coach Shane Burkhardt is ready to direct his team to another home win this season. Join Mitch Stroman on the call live this Thursday evening. It's NAU versus Southern Utah. Pregame at 4:30 p.m. and tip-off at 5 over on KAZG 1440.
Before we dive into the leftovers, got to let you know everything going on here today on the station and our sister station, NAU men's basketball, when they take on Southern Utah. That's at 4:30 with the pregame 5 o'clock tip. You can listen to that on KAZG 1440. And around the time that is wrapping up, 7 o'clock right here on KDUS AM 1060, you can listen to the Xbox Bowl, Missouri State when they take on Arkansas State. So some bowl action here, one of 6 bowl games that you'll be able to listen to right here on KDUS AM 1060, and we'll promote all the others here throughout the course of the next couple of shows and everything else that you hear on the station. But the Xbox Bowl tonight, Missouri State, Arkansas State, 7 o'clock right here on KDUS AM 1060. And you can also listen to that on the KDUS AM 1060 app. Okay, with that in mind, Producer Evan, your last leftovers before Christmas. By the way, our guy Michael said to have a great vacation and a Merry Christmas. So just want to let you know that the listeners will miss you while you're gone.
I just want to tell everybody, have a happy holidays. Thank you for always tuning in to the lunch break.
Look at you being nice before you leave.
It's a pleasure to be a part of this program. Happy holidays to you as well, Chris.
Oh, thank you. Well, I mean, you and I talk when we're not on the air, so it's not like I am not going to speak to you over the next week or so. We will be in communication. We talk every day. You just won't be with the listeners every day. But yes, I understand. Thank you. I appreciate that. Do you have the baseball story in the leftovers?
Yeah, we're going to start with
All
that.
right, then go ahead.
Nobody's going to hit the USA. Congratulations to the United States of America.
No, don't do that. Don't do that because they lost the last World Baseball Classic. They're not the defending champs.
But they who was their ace last time? Lance Lynn?
No, Merrill Kelly was on their team. Merrill Kelly.
Yeah, but Lance Lynn was the listed ace, was he not?
He might
Even if it was Merrill Kelly, and I like Merrill.
Love Merrill.
We're not calling him Paul Skeens, and we're certainly not calling him the newest member of the United States World Baseball Classic team. Welcome, Tarek Skubal.
So right now, the top 3 of the Team USA rotation is Paul Skeens, Tarek Skubal, Nolan McLean.
Good luck.
Skeens and Skubal have been great the last 2 seasons. McLean had a great debut for the New York Mets and is one of the highly touted young rookie pitchers.
Probably the top young pitcher in the game.
Yeah, that's not Skubal or Skeens.
Yeah.
I would say McLean is number 3. And so he's going to be your third starter. And then they added their closer.
Another flamethrower, Mason Miller. Welcome to the team. I have a guy who can throw 8 and seems to throw 103 when it matters in the 7th and 8th inning. And I have a guy who invented his own pitch. They're going to be my 1 and 2 starter. And if I get to the 8th, I have the best closer in baseball.
Yeah, I mean, the expectation is that the days that those 2 guys pitch, they just hand it to Mason Miller in the 9th inning. They go 8, Mason Miller pitches the 9th. We're done here.
Wrap it up.
It is a very good roster. It is shaping up to be a much better roster than the last go around. And I wonder, Mark DeRosa got the chance to be the manager again after failing to win it 4 years ago when they had it in 2022. I wonder how much of the sales pitch has been, we need to avenge what happened last go around. And you've got some young players who weren't eligible or weren't around to be selected that time in 2022 that now feel like there needs to be some level of redemption, and they're throwing their name in the hat. I wonder how difficult it has been for Mark DeRosa to recruit players. I would imagine it's been pretty easy to get players to sign up for the World Baseball Classic.
And they have gone defense heavy.
They are run
Corbin
prevention.
Carroll.
Yes.
PCA, Aaron Judge in the outfield.
Run prevention is the name of the game for
Bryce
Team USA.
Turang, Bobby Witt Jr., Gunnar Henderson. At catcher, you have the two best in baseball, and Cal Raleigh and Will Smith. So
it's never been an issue for the USA to score runs.
No.
Pitching and defense has been their concern, and that's been an emphasis for DeRosa and the Team USA staff.
Kyle Schwarber, not that he matters for the defense, but he will be out there as the DH as well. Next one for you. Kind of an interesting story. Have you watched what the Nationals did? Nationals yesterday hired Ani Kalambi as their 31-year-old new general manager.
So I'm 31. So what am I doing? Why am I not running a baseball organization?
And now here's where they're at. So you have a 31-year-old GM. Then they brought in Paul Taboni to be the president of operations. Any guess on how old he is?
He is 27.
He's 35. Okay, 27. Crazy number.
The way you set it up, I thought maybe. So we
and
have
Blake Butera is the manager, who is 33.
Yeah, they have a very young baseball operations
31,
department.
35, 33. You don't have a baseball operations member currently above the age of 35.
Yeah, they're going with a bit of a youth movement there. We'll see if it works out.
Interesting move for them. I don't hate it.
Well, I mean, they're talking about trading Mackenzie Gore and C.J. Abrams, so I don't know how much I trust their decision-making process so far, but I'm just saying, like, if they keep those guys and build around those guys, yes, smart. They got some smart baseball people in there. They trade those guys? Nah, I'm not so sure.
Moving from baseball to football, Thursday night football tonight. We did touch on it. It'll be in Seattle. The Rams, after some complications in their flight process to Seattle, they are in Seattle now after a lengthy delay yesterday. The LA Rams travel to Seattle, take on the Seahawks. Seahawks are 1.5-point favorites at home. 42.5 is the total points.
You going to do anything?
I'm not going to.
I'm also going to pass. And maybe it's because I'm scarred for what we did last week when we both had the same 3-point play and we were out 3 points before the Friday show. But I will not be using any of my points in this game tonight.
You know, we should have taken the Colts like we had agreed on.
Oh, we would have had the same week then, basically. So no, I'm not interested then. I'm trying to grow my lead here.
I have a weird feeling Seattle wins this game.
I mean,
the
almost,
travel stuff is a little strange.
Well, they almost won the game last time, even though Darnold threw 4 picks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you lost the game, 21-19, had a chance to win it on a last-second field goal, and you threw 4 interceptions.
But I think the Rams are a better team since that point. But yes, I think I would not be surprised if Seattle won tonight.
I don't disagree, but I think Seattle's a better team.
I would agree. Both teams are better than the versions we saw when they last played.
So I think that's kind of a wash.
I
want to say this. This is the most important game of Sam Darnold's career.
Which quarterback and coach do you trust?
Obviously, it's the Rams.
So that's kind of on Thursday. Isn't that kind of where you want to lean? I'm not saying I would be shocked if Seattle won this game.
Yes and no.
But like, you're telling me I have to pick against McVay and Stafford? That's
on a Thursday night. I get it, but
it's in Seattle.
Weird feeling about Seattle tonight.
Well, how about this? It's gonna be a good game.
Certainly going to be a good game. The last one was a good game, despite Seattle and Sam Darnold throwing 4 interceptions. I have to tell you, I just said this, but I think this is Sam Darnold's maybe the biggest game of his career.
Yeah, it's
because if you come out like you did last time, then you cannot get over that narrative.
No, it's going to follow you forever.
Forever.
Until you win one of those games.
So tonight is a huge one for him.
Jim Rome is coming up next. Again, a reminder for everybody, NAU men's basketball can be heard 4:30 pregame, 5 o'clock tip, KAZG 1440 when they take on Southern Utah. We got bowl action tonight, the Xbox Bowl, starting at 7 o'clock right here on KDUS AM 1060. Producer Evan, thank you for all that you do. Safe travels, my friend. A happy holiday to you. We'll talk to you at the end of the month. All of you out there, have a great rest of your Thursday. We'll talk again tomorrow. See ya.